Hi again, and what I'm going to do in this module is I'm going to show you how to find WordPress websites that are vulnerable. So what I'm going to do is just pick a random city. I'm going for Austin, Texas, just as an example. You can go for any city on the planet or town. And what I'm looking for is, let's go for a very common niche where a lot of SEO companies, a lot of marketing companies actually are marketing to chiropractors, dentists. So let's just go for this standard example. And in the accompanying guide, I've actually gone through an obscure example. So what you want to search for is WP content. Now WordPress uses this folder, or everything that's in your WordPress folder is in WP content. So now if you search, so suppose I'm searching for a chiropractor in Austin, right? And I'm looking for WP content. Now here, see, that's about 380,000 results. Granted, these results from, like for example, you'll notice here is the first 4 or 5 results are from the same website. But let's just take a look at this website, all right? Austin Sky Wellness. Let's just take a look at this. Okay. So there is a chiropractor. They got it's on WordPress. Now let's start running our tests. First thing I want to do is I want to just make sure, just quickly, I'll take a look at the source and make sure that this is in fact a WordPress website. I know for sure it is, but I'm just to make sure, let's just look for WP content because Google had indexed that. So there you go. So there is WP content here, and it's done here as well. The other thing you can try and look for is what theme they're using. If you can find out the theme, sometimes you'll find out if it's a custom theme. The reason I like to do that if it's a custom theme is I know they've spent a lot of money on the website. So don't go by what the website looks like. Just try and find out if this is it's a vendor theme or a custom theme. If it's a custom theme, then they've hired a really good designer. The other thing I want to do is I want to see if somebody did development for them. So there you go. So you can see somebody has done development for them. Now let's just take a look, and we'll come back to this part later because this is going to be good for you. Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to run my tests. The first test that we'll run is we'll check if the wp-config.php file is readable. Now this now one of the things that might confuse people is you're seeing a blank screen. The blank screen, because it's a PHP file, it's executing, so you can't really see inside it from the browser. But what this means is, because it didn't give me, if it was unreadable, unreachable, I would have got a 404 unreachable error. And this just tells me that there's a good chance that this has permissions 755, which is really dangerous because the public should not be able to read this file at all. The other possible configuration is 644. 755 is really dangerous. 777 is the worst because that allows somebody externally to not just read it but also to modify it. Now that said, this is a failure. wp-config.php being reachable, it's a failure because I can reach it. If I can reach it, I can actually what that means is it's very easy for me to inject code into it, and it's also easy for me to actually get the database password and other variables out of it. So this site definitely failed on the first test. So if you get a blank screen like this, that means it is readable. So don't get confused. Just some people might think, hey, it's a blank screen, I can't read it. That's not really true. If it's a blank screen, that means you reached it, and because it's a PHP file, it executed. Okay? So next thing that we want to do is we want to check wp login.php. Is it reachable? and there's a very good chance that this is going to be reachable because uh, that's a common installation, and usually people just don't bother. Now, my recommendation is you you should really use a .htaccess file in this folder and secure this file, because unless you're using a membership site or something like that, nobody but you needs to access wplogin.php. You should limit access by IP address, and again, that doesn't completely secure it because people can mask their own IP addresses, but they would have to learn the IP address. So definitely an issue right here. So WP login.php is publicly accessible. That's not good. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go I'm just going to try and log in, okay? So I'm going to log in. It doesn't matter what I'm going to do, okay? So just A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. What I'm looking for here is it returning an error message. So it says invalid username. Why is this dangerous? You have to think about it. If I found the username, that's half the battle. Then I have to just crack the password. And all I have to do is run some kind of a password cracking software with that username, and once it logs in, I can run that in the background. So you can have a complex password, and it can take a while to crack it, no doubt, but this makes it easy. If I can find, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if they've committed a cardinal mistake. Okay, so I'm just going to try admin. I'm just going to type blah. So here's the cardinal mistake. They actually have the admin login. The login is admin and the password is something. This is it's a cardinal mistake. You should never, never, never have the admin user. And the main reason is it's so easy to guess the name of the admin user. So this website is actually very easily crackable. Again, because of this, because I already know now what the username is. And because this also gives me an indication of how weak their actual WordPress security might be from the inside, and I can bet they'll be, because I've seen so much already. I know that it's gonna fail on every other test I run on it. So let's just run let's just run another test. Okay, readme.html. Let's see if this is left. So it's on 3.3. They've left this readme.html. The reason why you don't want to leave this file, you want to delete this file after you've updated WordPress, and the reason is if people know what version you're on, they can find the if there's already any known cracks, they could just use it, and it's just it's also an indication of how far behind they are. So suppose this is already behind because the current version is 3.3.1 or 3.3.2. So this is a little behind. And 3.3 was cracked. There was a whole bunch of websites that got cracked with 3.3, and which is why they released 3.3.1 or .2, which are the minor versions. So now I know that this person really doesn't know anything about security, and I know that this was done by a web designer because they've put their name down there. Okay, now let's take a look at the final test, which is install.php. So now I don't even need to go to wp-admin install.php because they've actually left this script. So let's just click on this. Okay, so this shows me that they've left the install script. Now the risk here is if I get the if I can get into wp-config.php and I get the password and I can somehow log in, they have the script which lets me pretty much overwrite their existing installation. After you've installed WordPress, there's absolutely no reason to leave this on. So this person is definitely a prime candidate for a security. Definitely prime candidate. So Dr. About Us, let's just go, they should have a contact. So there you have, contact us. And you can contact Dr. Chris at Austin and tell him that his website it's crackable. It's in bad shape. Now you can actually contact them by email. I don't know. The reason why I don't like to contact by email is sometimes these the web companies, the people who are doing the web stuff, actually moderate these emails. So I prefer to go direct mail, so I can directly go to the actual doctor, and I'll show you that in another video. That pretty much concludes how to find websites. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just out of curiosity, let's just go down and see how many more we can find. Okay, so let's see, Austin TX Cairo. Let's take a look at this guy. Definitely a WordPress website. I'm just going to go down to the root. Okay, so this is a WordPress website. Looks okay. Just to make sure, WP content, and then now let's just take a look at this theme. Austin Cairo V5. This looks like it's a custom theme. Now because it's a custom theme, there's a very good chance that this person paid a decent amount of money for this website. Okay, and the fact that they're actually ranking really high tells me that they have paid money for it, because they probably get let's just take a look at this. Yeah, they do have a ton of content. Is there content on their own website? Yeah, patient reviews. I mean, it's even though it ranks high and stuff, and they're the official chiropractor of some team, I guess, called Texas Stuff. So you can definitely go after this guy as well. Let's check his security. Okay, so let's go readme.html. They're on 3.3.1. Let's check wp-config.php. It is readable because we're getting a blank screen. Okay, so that's a sign that they're not doing what they need to do. Let's go to wp-admin/install.php. Okay, I think I typed that out wrong, but if I did, I just gotta go here and okay, so this is a good thing they did. Looks like they've removed the install script, so that's a good sign. So the person has a little idea of what they're doing. wp login.php. Okay, it's publicly accessible. I'm able to access their website from a yeah, I'm in a different country and I can access their website. Okay, so let's just go here and see if it's giving an error message. Yes, it does give an error message. I'm guessing that they won't have admin. Chances are they won't have admin. So let's see. So it says invalid username. However, I have a suspicion that they will have the username as Austin TX Cairo, which is their domain. And then I'm just going to type out anything because I'm just trying to confirm the username. There you go. I found their username and I'm not really a professional website hacker, right? And I could find their username so easily. So that's the username. You see how this is a problem and why this even like this. This is the problem. Is this is taught to you by a lot of experts I've seen, and it's the wrong thing to do. They think that because they have the username, when they post blog entries, the username will get indexed, and Google will give you points for it. Even if it does, it's not worth the security sacrifice. Okay, so that's let's see. So number 1, number 2 failed. Let's take a look at somebody else. Number 3. Okay, that's a feed. I wouldn't want my feed to be higher than my website, so something is wrong with these people. But they do have a beautiful website. Okay, that's a good looking website. Looks like they got it done by somebody. Well, that's nice that somebody didn't put their branding on it. Okay, let's take a look. House calls. Okay, view page source, WP content, themes, gateway, definitely WordPress. Okay, let's start with WP config.php. Failed. Again, you get a blank screen, so it's failed. Let's go for WP login.php. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Excuse me. So username invalid. Let's try admin. Blah. Incorrect password. So the username is admin. You see that? You see how that's an issue? They actually have the admin username, so that's a problem. So failed again. Let's just take a look at readme.html. I typed it wrong. They're on an older version. This website's going to be a piece of cake to break into. Even somebody who has very little knowledge of it is going to be able to break into it. And then they have the install script is available. So this is again failed. You see how like these guys are ranking high for, well, I don't know how high they're ranking without this WP content. But the point is, I mean, in a few minutes I found 3 potential clients to contact and tell them the bad news, and then that's going to be good for you. All right, you can do this with pretty much any profession. I mean, it's as simple as just searching Google for cosmetic dentist in Austin. Okay, these guys make a ton of money. All right, let's take a look. So let's start with WP. Let's take a look at the theme first. It's a custom theme. They've paid a lot of money. Again, dentists, cosmetic dentists, they make a lot of money. This is a custom theme. Keep that in mind. There's a good chance there'll be a designer. There you go. See? There's a designer. There's an SEO company. There's a designer. And these guys, both these guys have no clue. I can bet on it. I can bet on it. But let's see. WP config.php. Okay, they do have a clue. So you see, like this is they've actually done the proper thing. They've moved the WP config.php to an unreachable location. Okay, so that's good. They passed first test. Let's see if they can do a login. A, B, C, D, blah. Login gives, okay, failed. This test failed. Okay, I'm going to try an admin and with a blah and see if, okay, the username is invalid. Again, this test passed. Now let's do Dan, MATTHEWS and blah. Excuse me. Failed again. Sorry. So it'll take a few cracks. It'll take a few different A, B, C, D. invalid username. Again, this one may not be a very good, but let's see. README 3.3.1. Okay, so they've left this file, failed again. Okay, and let's see if they left this file. They did. So you see, they've failed the tests too. They only passed one test. They failed in 3 tests. Now this is again powerful, and you can use this to your advantage. So I can go on, and you can go into any niche. You can go into any city, town, and with the popularity of WordPress, you're going to find so many you'll not know what to do with them. So I recommend that you can outsource this. Okay. All right. So I will see you in the next module.